trick shot challenge is one that I am just going to be watching like a hawk throughout the entirety of this day. The lobby is all populated. We are about to be getting underway with our first drop here in Verdansk. New Verdansk, by the way, of course, again, stadium all the way to downtown. Kind of got torn up just a wee bit, but as floor loot did change, some different recoil changes from across the different weapons. We'll have to see what everybody would love to have in running here as we can take a look at the drop. It is underway. The first drop is right in front of us.
Well, no surprise, we'll hop on board with Karma, Formal, and Scump to kick things off here with the $100,000 OpTic Chicago Warzone Invitational, but as they look like they're going to be able to go ahead, get that short drop over towards Factory and Superstore, just right in the middle, just so perfect. It's going to allow them to at least be able to start things off smart. They're going to try and play this together, and well, with Karma getting on a little later inside of the day, and again, not knowing if he was going to be there or not for the tournament, maybe they get off to a slow start if he's not warm.
I don't think there's anyone there. I'm going low.
You hear all the comms coming through too. Captain Price letting them know you're not alone over here, but at least you are dropping together. This is where I feel like we're going to get a pretty good understanding of where a lot of teams might be standing as far as whether or not they're going to be contested close enough if they want to try to take these early engagements. As far as Team Scumpy is concerned, they would rather just play the safe game, right? I mean, they don't have a helicopter at their disposal. You can see the buggy, at least on Formal's mini-map, but get the loadout, get what you need, get the hell to the zone.
I want to go fight these guys at hangers.
Yeah, I'm down.
Playing smart, playing together, SMGs. You never want to see that either in Karma or Scump's hands. I mean, hell, Formal can do it great too, but he's just one of the greatest ARs inside of Call of Duty, so you would assume that he might want that AR a little bit later on in the game. But so they're just going to be playing around this building for now. It's going to be a bit slow pace. Again, they don't really have anybody around them just yet. They're just trying to loot up, get everything ready, and then continue to go forward.
And find yourself a red door.
Good one or bad one?
Type of majestic loot just awaits us here. We'll have to see what ended up door that they ended up going towards. Here's our U.S. Army esports team. Again, across all of the different other 19 trios that we have inside of our lobby, U.S. Army esports are fielding one of their own. Some shots already being thrown out here as well. Was able to find at least, I believe, a knock quite far away, but they got themselves the helicopter. So I mean, U.S. Army esports, I don't know, they're all just tackled up together. Dark Pit. It's just on their way just to try to see if they can capitalize on that down that was found with this loadout drop right next to them.
Oh, they're trying to go for the loadie, but shots from far are going to at least hit for now. We're going to get the loadout drop, but no kills for the roster of the U.S. Army Esports roster just yet. As they start getting this push back over, I mean, really at this point, it's just about not dropping super early. You've already got 4 players that have dropped, a couple in their gulags now. Be interesting to see who comes out on top of those, who will fall.
Cracked one. Lit one up. Cracked one again.
You hear the communication coming through too. Cracking armor is a great spot, but you have to legitimately pause the game just to reload this LMG. And now Taj is going to bounce on out, see if they can try to find any of the goodies that was picked up from Darker Pit, their knocks, and all of the damage in tow. But I believe that their teammate of Reflex is still continuously pushing them here inside of the police station. You got to be careful with the corners and the different jump kicks you can get from this building alone.
Absolutely. As they start to go around, more ammo that you're going to be able to acquire for yourself with some tacs, some lethals that you can get too. You want to try and get the highest high ground you can inside of this building, whether that's getting to the roof or playing inside of the second story. Gonna look back over all the way down on the street below them. I know that there's a couple players there, but again, you just don't want to get too aggressive. Specifically, not only when you're playing with the U.S. Army Esports roster, but especially when there's only 8 players that have got knocked off the board still. Still 19 squads left alive, which we would at least assume at this point. Zone is starting to collapse just a bit more as we start getting it at least into the early portion of this game. But again, nobody wants to make that move just yet. It's all about making sure you can at least get 1 or 2 kills before you maybe sacrifice one of your own.
You gotta put it up there. You must sacrifice to the Verdansk gods if you want to survive the next upcoming ring. Who's it gonna be? But this is where things are gonna start slowing down considerably, especially for U.S. Army Esports, right? I mean, you're inside the upcoming zone. You see a whole bunch of eliminations are coming through. 2 teams have been fully eliminated from this first drop. Down to 50 players in total. 1 at least being popped back, if not the gulag going in their way. Just as a quick update for you all as well, TST are not actually in full force here. Blake is now the new team captain. They've picked up Exact in place of Hitch. So you drop 1 Carnier for another, I guess in that aspect. That team just got a little bit more freaky, but won't have the luxury of having the full TST comms and all of their beautiful color shirts and sunglasses in tow. But regardless, as more kills are still being found throughout the entirety of this lobby. 27 seconds remaining within this first gas ring as it's closed again.
Red man, of course. Yeah, they're driving for us.
Hop on board with Holly and Co. Car 98K and the MP5.
Hit one in the back for blue.
Starting to look over towards the Big Bertha that's trying to drive away. Just gonna back up, doesn't want any part of the players going ahead and shooting across. Couple gonna pop out from the back, trying to go ahead and get their own little taste of the Car 98K. they have not been able to find their way across just yet, and they've been coming under fire. They're gonna get out this time, though, and now Holly's gonna go down. This is gonna be big, because that's off the board and into the gulag.
Yeah, this is part of the thing that I was talking about earlier. I mean, regardless of where you normally stand as far as these engagements, laying prone there, custom lobby, or just for Dansk in general in a public lobby, that is not a safe spot to be in. But when you start banking off of finding an elimination, everything changes when you don't find it. Very awkward engagement with the patty cake of a Semtex. We'll find a tag with the EOD. This is very scary. You got the gas to your left. It's going to have to take some damage. Throws out a shoulder. Now the enemy player knows exactly where you are located at. And if you're Lovey,
Left side.
yeah, you just chill. Look at him. Not even phased. Look at that camera right now. It's just, he knows what he's got to do. Just stay alive. Wait for the challenge. And, well, around the immediate corner, you're going to have just a little bit of a pumpy that just shoots faster and does more damage as well as Holly plays out the gulag.
It's going to be hard to beat Joewo in a situation like that. They come away with a squad wipe, and now everybody from the side of Holly and Co. going to be inside of the gulag, playing, dipping, diving back around the corner. This is going to be Mayapo, who's going to be able to come away with that kill. So 17th place there for Lovey, Ray, and especially Holly. But now we're going to hop on board here with another roster. Start to make their way up the map. It's gonna be interesting here proper to see what happens here, but we got Tommy, Allman, and Noobs on screen now. And this is the team that we thought were gonna be able to walk away. I believe that's 4 in the bottom left, that's a 1 on the bottom right, and a 1 up top as well. So they've at least got 3 or 6 right now. I'm not exactly sure.
Tommy not gracing us with the oh so handsome face, but it's okay. Yeah, if there's that one elimination that you were saying, yeah, we're just not being blessed is unbelievable. I mean, his other teammates are right there too, looking noobs. Like you said, this trio is the one to really watch out for. Wallbang, potential to find some information, not so much to speak of. But it's exactly what I was talking about, right? You got the helicopter, you got the buildings, you're inside the upcoming zone. They're spaced out as well. I mean, it's just another day in the office for them. Yeah, they're facing off against other top Warzone competitors and content creators alike, but I mean, they'll 1v3 the best of them.
Although this is only the second ring, I mean, you got to look at how small the map is already getting. Only got 26 players left alive, 12 squads remaining in total. Still got a good amount of kills on the board and potential to be able to get yourselves a little bit further advanced inside, but you can already see down below 3 pings. Moving over towards the left side, shots are going to be there. Be able to find the kill. Allman trying so desperately to be able to find the player inside. Knows he has him trapped right now, though. Can't slide back out towards that left just yet. Unless he wants to get an over-aggressive chow on the player, holding an angle with the AR. Beautiful there. Going to get the team wipe. That's going to be 2 kills now for Allman. Tommy, Noobs, Allman. They're all looking good. They're in peak form already and just dropped number 1.
And that was Exact. So that's all of Team Summertime. Again, Exact stepping in for Hitch. Team Captain Blake now will be fully eliminated. Taken out. Be able to make it to the top 10. Cash flow is not too bad. All things considered, Allman sitting on a stack and a half of $14,000. Buy is right below them. I mean, the lay of the land is truly all theirs as well. The recon drone too. This is what's so awesome just about custom lobbies in general. You see just a lot of different equipment being utilized that you wouldn't necessarily think. A lot of different bounties being picked up just off the information. But speaking of information, Noob's not finding it in all of the best ways. He's gonna have to play back up. They have some coverage from their teammates on this rooftop.
I mean, I can't tell you the last time that an actual recon drone would have been used, or at least I've seen one, but another deployable shield going to be dropped here from Noobs. Trying to play on the roof right now. I mean, this is such a bad situation to be in because you got cover coming from the players behind. They're going to have to force up the map to be able to push behind you because they're still outside of the zone. They get into the bottom of the building, but you still got 3 players in there. It's basically right now what you're looking at, almost a 3-on-6 for Tommy and Co.
Yeah, and you can see where the gas is being pulled to right in 40 seconds. The helicopter would have been a virtue. You would have been shot down by all the other 8 teams that are still alive in this exact area. Who's adjacent to them? It's Team Bobby Poff, baby. Finessing. Again, just looking for these different angles. Tommy is fully aware of this that is happening. They've moved over towards this 2-story house just to see if they can find a couple of exits where they're placed in adjacent to the upcoming gas ring. They can kind of wait just a little bit more time. The team that is closest to them is Bobby Poff, and just as soon as they try to rotate on out, they're going to run into another team.
Now they run into Z-Laner. Finessing's going to be there as well. Play around the corner. Bobby, unfortunately dead right now, but his teammate's still alive. Trying to play the angles between the 2 of them. We're unable to get the full team wipe there. Still 1 more lurking around. Gonna start hopping up the staircase, looking for the kills. Only 16 players left alive now as we're gonna look on board with Tommy. Tommy tries to find the shots from the top of the building. Yet 2 players played together, but Almond on an island's gonna fall as well. So that's gonna be huge now. Because you don't have the gulag to work with. You get 2 players up, and you lose the player that had the most amount of money.
And that was from Bread with a car 98. So you gotta assume that was probably very far away up towards these mountains. But Tommy does not want to be denied about this specific position. Waits for the challenge, does find a knock, but from the adjacent side will lose their head because of it. Does not have a self-revive. I don't think that noobs can make this play happen. They're going to try. They got a gas mask. They're going to try to rotate all the way around towards this opposite side. They got the helicopter on the minimap as well, so they know that there's going to be a team up here as well. But yeah, that's just such a struggle. You got to work your way up the hill. Of course, everybody's going to be up here. It's going to be Biffle and Co. that we're waiting for them.
Yep, well, you get yourself secured at least in the top 10, so you're going to get 1.5 times the multiplier on your points. 5 squads remaining, 13 players left. Booyah, great job to look back, turn around. Doozy doesn't have any kills just yet on the board, but you got Biffle there as well with the rest of the phase boys. Trying to look down on the last couple of players now making their way up the map. So right now, Team Tommy off the board. I believe Z-Laner squad also off the board. I think you still got Team Bobby Poff, who's in the at least running here for the win. But a 3-man squad here from the FaZe guys, it's just going to be very, very difficult to beat them, specifically with the type of positioning they have up here towards the top. They've got a lot of head glitches, and they've got a lot of room to work with.
It doesn't mean that there's not another team above them, too. You can see how they're kind of LOSing just all this high ground, utilizing their trees. I think that Biffle might have sniffed something up here as well. Biffle's just that great lurking player to always make sure that your back is going to be cleared, but there's no stretch of the imagination that the opposite side of the circle will be contested. You can see 2 big Berthas are going to be highlighted red on Swag's minimap, now going to be vacated. So they know the opposite side of this dirt pathway will be occupied. 3 other squads remaining, a total of 10 players left alive.
I'm gonna try to like hold bank.
Yeah, he's just
Gotta work your way up.
down here.
Only way there is get up the mountain. Make sure you get the guy with the car behind.
100%.
Doozy's just playing it so passively. Looking to the left, looking back to the right. Player with the car does not want to chow out yet because you don't want to lose your life. You're trying to get the best positioning possible. More importantly, you're just trying to find maybe 1 or 2 kills. You just want to be able to peek somebody's head off. Doozy getting a little aggressive, doesn't want to challenge all the way down, but the zone is starting to come in now. You're getting down to basically what will be the last maybe 2 to 3 zones. And as Booyah gets a kill there, the down on the wipe, it's going to be big. 9 players left now, make it 8.
Yeah, this is so smart, right? I mean, make sure that your back is fully clear. Now nobody's going to be able to work their way up here. Oh, finessing. Such a tough spot to be in. We're watching it from Huskerrs' perspective. This is the last leg of Bobby's team. You have all the high ground in the world just to look up to, but as soon as we pop back over towards Swag and the boys, playing with Booyah and Biffle, cleared out their backs. Now it's just about dealing with the front. The Bertha was there for a time being, but it got eliminated very, very quickly with a couple of Michael Bay film-esque explosions. And that, with Swag finding a couple more eliminations, it's just 3 other players that stand in between them and the first drop win.
3 versus 1 versus 2 here, down to the end. Trying to make a play up the left side. They've gotten so many good kills here down towards the end of the ring. Shotgun going to be up close. Doozy's going to be able to get it. That should just about do it. Flashbang out. Kill around the corner. Shots are going to be there. Tries to get inside of the Burfa to maneuver around. It's just going to be basically cat and mouse here. They're going to have to try and run away, though, because the Burfa's coming back. You want to be able to make sure you disable the vehicle. You're going to be able to go ahead, find the last couple of kills. There's the win for the FaZe boys. They get the 2-point multiplier here for drop number 1, and that's going to be on top of a beautiful 9-kill game.
Yeah, and they never really left that area. I didn't see where they started. We hopped in on board with Swag, Booyah, and Biffle when they were already just mounted up on that specific area with the rocks, the head glitches that you were talking about, just waiting for everybody to rotate, and they had just a survey of the situation. Just clay pigeons almost for that team that was just always clearing out their back, finding tons of different 2v3s because you got Booyah and Biffle on the front, just making sure by process of elimination, 1 angle is clear. Now let's go ahead and full force hit this and just being able to work off the focus fire alone. I mean, they're going to walk away with that 2x multiplier, which at the end of the day, for all of these drops, that's what you're mostly looking at with finding a handful of eliminations along the way.
And you love how they don't get too aggressive too early.